Autzen Stadium is an outdoor football stadium in the Northwest United States, in Eugene, Oregon. Located north of the University of Oregon campus, it is the home field of the Oregon Ducks of the Pacific 12 Conference. Opened 48 years ago in 1967, the stadium has undergone several expansions. The official capacity is 54,000, although attendance is routinely around 59,000 and has exceeded capacity for every game since the most recent expansion in 2002. History: prior to 1967, the Ducks' on-campus stadium was Hayward Field, which they shared with the track and field team. However, by the 1960s, it had become apparent that the 22,500-seat stadium was no longer suitable for the football team. The Ducks only played 3 home games per year on campus in most years. With the exception of the Civil War, the annual rivalry game with Oregon State, games that were likely to draw big crowds were played 110 miles north in Portland at the larger Multnomah Stadium. With the recognition that the football team had outgrown the campus facility and with popular support to play the entire home schedule in Eugene, Oregon Athletic Director Leo Harris led a campaign to build a new stadium on 90 acres that the school had acquired for the purpose in the 1950s on his recommendation. The stadium, designed by Skidmore, Owings and Merrill, was built within an artificial landfill to eliminate the need for multi-level ramps. As a result, construction took just 9 months and cost approximately $2.3 million. $250,000 was contributed by the Autzen Foundation, headed by Thomas E. Autzen, son of Portland lumberman and philanthropist Thomas J. Autzen, for whom the stadium was named. Ironically, Autzen was an alumnus of arch-rival Oregon State University. The foundation's donation was linked to his son, a UO alumnus from the class of 1943. In 1967, Oregon hosted Colorado in the first game played at Autzen Stadium, a 17-13 loss before 27,500 on September 23. 4 weeks later on October 21, 1600 saw Oregon win their first game in the new facility. The 31-6 victory over Idaho was the Ducks' only home win of the season. The stadium alternates with Oregon State's Reza Stadium as host to the Civil War game. Autzen hosted the inaugural Pac-12 Conference Championship game on December 2, 2011, as the Pac-12 North champion Ducks defeated the Pac-12 South champion UCLA Bruins. Playing surface opened with natural grass in 1967, the field was switched to AstroTurf and lights were added for its 3rd season in 1969. After 7 years, it was replaced with new AstroTurf in 1976. Sand-based OmniTurf was installed in 1984 and 1991, and infilled Neeks turf in 2001. The Neeks turf was found to be overly slick when wet and lasted only 1 season, and was transferred to an intramural field. Field turf made its debut in Autzen in 2002, and was replaced in 2010. With up to 8 feet of gravel fill underneath the field, the original crown of the natural grass field was moderate, with the center of the field approximately 1 foot higher than the sidelines. The crown was removed in 2010, and the surface is now flat. Renovations. In 1982, a $650,000 meeting room complex, the Donald Barker Stadium Club, was opened on the east rim above the end zone. It gave the stadium its first meeting facilities, and was dedicated at the home opener in September. A proposal to enclose the stadium within a dome was given serious consideration in 1985. New tax laws on contributions altered the feasibility, and the overall project was scaled back. In 1988, a $2.3 million renovation built a new press box on the south side of the stadium and converted the original north side press box to luxury suites. The renovation was designed by architecture firm Ellerbe Beckett. In 1995, the field was named Rich Brooks Field, after the Ducks coach from 1977 to 1994. Brooks led Oregon to its first outright Pac-10 championship, and its first Rose Bowl appearance in 37 years, in his last season. Brooks left Oregon after the 1994 season to become head coach of the St. Louis Rams of the National Football League. In 2002, a $90 million facelift and expansion added seating and luxury boxes to the south sideline, bringing the stadium's seating capacity up to its current level. In 2007, the large yellow O was added onto the south end of the stadium exterior when ESPN's College Gameday was on location. That season, Gameday originated two of its Saturday shows from Eugene. In 2008, a new, 33 by 85-foot high-definition LED scoreboard and replay screen known as Duck Vision or Duck Vision 2.0 was installed. It replaced the original video screen installed prior to the 1998–1999 football season. It is the 32nd largest video screen in the NCAA. In 2010, the field was replaced with new field turf that featured the new Pac-12 logo. During the process, the crown was removed to make the field flat. In addition, new paneling was added to the walls surrounding the field. In 2014, the East End Zone scoreboard was updated to include a digital screen, the addition of 150 flat-screen monitors throughout the concessions areas, additional culinary options in the form of food trucks on the north side of the stadium, increased cell phone repeaters and an upgrade to the sound system. Additionally, the sideline wall graphics were updated from the new panels installed in the 2010 season. Stadium records. The Ducks have a current streak of 101 straight sellouts at Autzen Stadium, dating back to the 1999 season. The highest attendance at Autzen was 60,055 on October 15, 2011, when the Ducks beat Arizona State, 41-27. This stands as the largest crowd for a sporting event in the state of Oregon. From 1997 to 2001, the Ducks had a 23-game home winning streak at Autzen Stadium, which ended with a 49-42 loss to Stanford. In 2011, the USC Trojans defeated the Ducks 38-35, ending a 21-game home winning streak as the Trojans handed Chip Kelly his first loss at Autzen as head coach. Attendance, sellout conference championship game attendance record 1, Thursday night game 2, Friday night game. Location and configuration. The stadium is located just north of the Willamette River, next to Alton Baker Park. Students typically walk to the stadium from the University of Oregon campus over the Autzen footbridge, which passes over the Willamette, then through Alton Baker Park. The field turf playing field is at an elevation of 420 feet above sea level and is laid out in a non-traditional east-west orientation, slightly skewed so that players will not have the sun shining in their eyes in late fall. Crowd noise. Autzen is known for its crowd noise. Due to the stadium's relatively small footprint, the fans are very close to the action, and the field is sunken. These factors contribute to the loudness of the stadium even though it is smaller than other noise-comparable stadiums. According to many in the Pac-12, it was actually even louder prior to the most recent expansion because the noise reverberated all the way up the stadium and bounced back down to the field the so-called Autzen bounce. Oregon officials say that any future expansions will trap more noise. On October 27, 2007, during a 24-17 victory against the USC Trojans, a then-record crowd of 59,277 fans was recorded at 127.2 decibels. A similarly loud 31-27 upset of third-ranked Michigan in 2003 prompted a Michigan Daily columnist to write, Michigan coach Lloyd Carr later said that Autzen Stadium was the loudest stadium he'd ever been in. In 2006, a sporting news columnist named Autzen the most intimidating college football stadium in the nation. Lee Corso of ESPN College Gameday frequently says, per person Autzen Stadium is the loudest stadium that I have ever been in my entire life. Longtime ABC sportscaster Keith Jackson called Autzen per square yard, the loudest stadium in the history of the planet. Jagford Best, a former starting running back for the Detroit Lions, visited Autzen while playing for the California Golden Bears in 2007. He later said, "The biggest thing I remember about that game is the crowd. The crowd noise is crazy up there. Honestly, any other away game I don't really even hear the crowd. Oregon was the only place where it really got on my nerves." Following the September 6, 2014 game against the Michigan State Spartans, Michigan sports reporter Mike Griffin of MLive.com accused Oregon of piping in artificial noise that contributed to the Ducks' victory over the Spartans. Traditions. Since 1990, Don Isig, the stadium's PA announcer since 1968, has declared that it never rains at Autzen Stadium before each home game as the crowd chants along in unison. He often prefaces it with the local weather forecast, which quite often includes some chance of showers, but reminds fans that we know the real forecast. Or let's tell our friends from the real forecast. If rain is actually falling before the game, Isig will often dismiss it as a light drizzle, or liquid sunshine, but not actual rain by Oregon standards. Also, because of the use of Autzen Stadium and the University of Oregon campus in National Lampoon's Animal House, the toga party scene of the movie featuring the song Shout is played at the end of the third quarter, with the crowd dancing to the song. Prior to the football team taking the field, a highlight video of previous games is shown on the Jumbotron, nicknamed Duckvision. The last highlight on the clip is almost always Kenny Wheaton's game-clinching 97-yard interception return for a touchdown against the Washington Huskies in 1994. The pick is often seen as the turning point for Oregon football, which went on to the Rose Bowl that year and have enjoyed success for the most part ever since after years of losing records. After the video, the team takes the field behind a motorcycle with the Oregon Duck riding on back to the strains of Mighty Oregon. This is followed by the north side of the stadium chanting Geo with the south side chanting Ducks. After every Duck score and win, a foghorn blares. In addition, the Oregon Duck mascot does as many push-ups as Oregon has points at that time. ESPN College Gameday. ESPN's College Gameday program has come to Eugene for games played in Autzen Stadium 6 straight years, from 2009 through 2014, the most of any other school. Overall, Gameday has made 9 visits to Oregon, and the Ducks have been a part of 19 Gameday broadcasts either at Autzen or as a visiting team. Other uses. Autzen Stadium is the largest sports arena in the state of Oregon. State high school football championship games were played at Autzen Stadium until 2006. It also hosts football camps, coaches clinics, marching band competitions, and musical concerts. The Grateful Dead used the stadium as a tour stop 10 times between 1978 and 1994, including a 1987 show with Bob Dylan during which portion of their collaborative live album entitled Dylan and the Dead was recorded. It was also used as the location for the fictional Faber College football stadium in the 1978 movie, National Lampoon's Animal House. There is a well-known geographical error made during a scene set inside the stadium when Pacific 10 Conference banners can clearly be seen in the background, even though the fictional Faber College is supposed to be located in New England. References. External links: sports-venue.com Autzen Stadium info and photos, goodux.com official Autzen Stadium information, Building Oregon, Architecture of Oregon and the Pacific Northwest includes images and documentation for University of Oregon buildings.